Good afternoon, everybody. Tommy Jordan, June 25th, 2020. We're going to talk about Executive Order 147 and how big a douchebag Governor Cooper is for trying to write this stupid law that no one's going to pay attention to and he can't enforce. But, and I'm on like take 4 because I don't actually know how to cover how stupid this law is without cursing. So I'm going to try again. Number one, there are 2 things you need to know that preclude the state level discussion. We have a wonderful set of we have a set of protections at the federal level that pretty much state if you walk into a business or anywhere and say, I have a medical condition, they're not allowed to ask anything else. They aren't allowed to say anything else. They can go, okay, that's about all they can do. Now, how does that work with this new face mask rule in North Carolina? Well, very simple. If you walk into a place and they go, sir, you need to have your face mask on, your 4 words are, I have a medical condition. At the federal level, they are now no longer allowed to say shit. They just have to sit there and go, okay, sir, and walk away. That's all they can legally do. Anything beyond that is pretty much grounds for a lawsuit. So, having said that, there's no need to necessarily quote the editorial guidelines because Governor Cooper put most of this shit in his actual general in his Executive Order 147. If you take a moment and Google it, North Carolina Executive Order 147, you'll see on page 7 of 9, that's not a Star Trek reference, it's actually page 7 of 9. You Next Generation geeks out there just got chubbed, didn't you? All right. It says on page 7 of 9, there's a little thing here called exceptions. So I'm not going to read the entire executive order. It pretty much says if you go anywhere in public, you have to wear a mask. But exceptions are, number 1, the executive order does not require face coverings for workers, customers, or patrons who meet any of these 11 criteria. 1, should not wear a face covering due to any medical or behavioral condition or disability, including but not limited to person who has trouble breathing or is unconscious or incapacitated or blah, blah, blah. Stop right there. That's the only one you really need to know. If you have a medical condition that says you can't wear, you shouldn't wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Any person under 11, any person actively drinking or eating, any person who is exercising, or someone seeking to communicate with someone who is hearing impaired in a way that requires their mouth to be visible. Well, quite frankly, no one that hangs around me should ever have to wear a face mask because I've learned since COVID, I depend a lot on being able to read your lips as much as I do hear you. So I spent the last 3 months going, huh? Anybody who was giving a speech or for a broadcast or to an audience, anybody that's working at home or in your vehicle, I don't know why they bothered to put that in there. There are a few other stupid things here, but just full stop at number 1. If you have a medical condition or disability that means you shouldn't wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Now, go down the bottom. Anyone who declines to wear a face covering for these reasons should not be required to produce documentation or any other proof of a condition. Okay, it says so right there. All I gotta do is say it. Now, here is the, I'll cover one more thing. The application of the exception. Under this executive order, all North Carolinians will be on the honor system about whether or not there's a reason why they cannot wear a face covering. Everyone in this state is asked to tell the truth. I'm sorry, that came from the governor. I'm sorry. What a line of bullshit that was. Okay. Everyone in the state is asked to tell the truth, and if they are healthy and able to wear a mask, to wear a face covering so they do not put other people at risk of serious illness and death. So again, now he says you're on the honor system. So here is the problem. He has tried to enforce this rule by saying you all have to wear a mask. And and I'll be real blunt here, the dirtbag, douchebag, asshole thing he did, this is where Cooper just, seriously, I'm done with this dude. As of today, he's officially a dirty asshole. His new trick is, and he didn't say this publicly. He just kind of let it hang out there. He's going to find businesses. He knows he can't find you. He can't make you wear a mask. So he's going to try and cite the businesses that that you go into and make them make you wear a mask. Well, number one, you can't do that, you dumb shit. And apparently he knows that because it's right here. He put it in his writing. He just didn't say it. How businesses may accommodate exceptions. If a customer states that an exception applies, a business may choose to offer curbside service, provide home delivery, or use some other reasonable means to deliver goods and services. Keep that in mind. A business has the right to tell you whether you want to wear a mask or not, that they don't want to serve you. If you walk into a business and aren't wearing a mask and they ask you to leave, you're required by law to leave. Otherwise, you are immediately guilty of criminal trespass. You don't have a constitutional right, I don't care what your ADA claim might be, to be in there if a business tells you to leave. Now, you may have a lawsuit with that business later, but none of your rights in a business trump their right to tell you to get the hell out. Okay? So if they go, hey, sir, I understand you have a condition, but the way we interpret that law, you can't be in here without a mask, you're going to have to leave. You are at this point required to leave. You want to sue them and get on Springer and Oprah later, feel free. But in the meantime, you have to leave or a cop will come and put you in cuffs and walk you out the door for criminal trespass. That's the only thing you're getting convicted of. Not for not wearing a mask, it's for not leaving when somebody told you to leave. But check this out. Section F. Citations. Now, this is about businesses getting citations. Citations under this section shall be written only to businesses or organizations that fail to enforce the requirement of face coverings. Wait, but that sounds like that we can write you tickets. Stand by. Operators of businesses and organizations are entitled to rely on their customers or patrons' statements about whether or not they are accepted from the face covering requirements. And businesses and organizations do not violate this executive order if they rely on such statements. Therefore, a person walks into your business and you think they should be wearing a mask, you go up and say to them, you should be wearing a mask, sir or ma'am. And that person says, say it with me, crowd, I have a medical condition. At that point, the business owner is encouraged to go, okay, thanks. Now, if they want to take it the next step and make you leave, fine. If they don't, fine. Doesn't matter. They are allowed right here. Business organizations do not violate this executive order if they rely on such statements. Furthermore, law enforcement personnel are not authorized to criminally enforce face covering requirements against individual workers, customers, or patrons. Can you still be issued a citation civilly? Yes, but they're not allowed to arrest you for not wearing a mask, and they're not allowed to arrest you they're not allowed to enforce this thing via arrest. Let me see. Just to be clear here, however, if a business or organization does not allow entry to a worker, customer, or patron because that person refuses to wear a mask, and if that worker, customer, or patron enters the premises or refuses to leave, law enforcement personnel may enforce the trespassing laws and any other laws that statute 14-288.20a may violate. So again, are you required to wear a mask? Yes. Can he enforce it? No. Can he enforce it on businesses? Not really. How do you get around it? You help businesses by saying, I have a medical condition. Like, that's the new buzzword of July 2020. I have a medical condition. In fact, it's going to be bumper stickers and t-shirts, I'm sure. In fact, hell, I may just get a headband that says it, you know? They're not allowed to ask. And you give the business plausible deniability. If you want to be a douchebag, be a douchebag. I can't stop you. There's plenty of them out there, and you'll be in great company, but you don't need to be. The governor is currently now trying to come after businesses and penalize them because he can't penalize us. Quite frankly, screw him and screw this executive order. He's a douchebag, and it's a dumb rule. But do I think you should wear masks? Sure. Do I think you should be legally required to wear masks? Enforce that at the state level? No, that's some Gestapo bullshit. And I'm amazed nobody's like drug this guy out in the street yet. it blows my mind that this kind of crap keeps coming out of my state's legislature. I don't know when it's going to end. But in the meantime, no, they can't enforce anything if you don't wear a mask. I hope that clears it up. If you doubt me, please go read the damn general statute yourself. It's all right there. It's not hard to read. It's not written in advanced legalese. It's written at about a 7th grade level. Okay? Have a good day, y'all.